Alright guys, today I'm going to show you one of the coolest VR accessories I've tested in the last few months. These are the UDCAP VR Gloves from Udexreal, and with them we can play all PCVR games with most headsets, including Meta Quest 3, Pimax, Index, Vive and so on. Not only there are individual fingers tracked, but we also have buttons and thumbsticks on each hand. I'll show you how it works in this video. I also received a discount code for you. You can find the link to the gloves in the description. My name is Thomas and you're watching VoodooDE VR. Let's have some fun with the video and let's go!
VoodooDE.
Okay guys, let's do an unboxing. Look at this, that looks pretty good here, the package. UDCAP Virtual Reality Gloves. Aha. Okay. Size L. Okay, size large. So, and here we have adapters. So let's check it out. Look at this. Here's a nice bag, nice carrying case inside. That looks awesome. And let's check out what we have here. Wow, a lot of stuff. So we have cables here, like this is a charging cable, USB-A to the USB-C, two of them. Then we have a UDCAP connection cable, USB-C to USB-C. And two other USB-A to USB-C cables. A lot of cables. And then here we have the adapters for the gloves. I think they come to the fingers here. We have the thumbstick and buttons and USB-C. That looks good. And yeah, for the other hand as well, of course. Then here we have adapters from USB-C to USB-A, two of them, and two dongles for a PC, for the two gloves. And then we have, what's that? A quick start guide. Yeah, we will try it out, of course, then. And a safety and regulatory guide. And then here we have the gloves. Look at this. Nice, right? So as you can see here, with the Velcro strap, you can attach the buttons and so on. And when I put it on, let me put it on. Oh, good that they choose a large size. Yeah, look at this, cool, right? Feels like real gloves. We have a USB-C power button, also another USB-C. Cool. So, and then we have the different adapters here. So here's a basic adapter, tracker mounting adapter. I think this is for the Vive trackers. See that here? I think that's for the Vive trackers. What's that for? Not sure. We will see that in the setup. Then tracker mounting adapter for controllers. Look at this. I think that's for Quest controllers. I think so. And then we have adapter for Tundra tracker. Here. Of course with screws. And then here we have UTK. Not 100% sure what that is. We will check that out. Yeah, so we have four different adapters. Yeah guys, so very interesting, and I would say let's check out the setup. So guys, before we play a game, I would say we check out the setup. So the first thing, you have to wear the gloves, of course, so make sure you pull that here and it really fits on your hands and so on. Yeah, here close the Velcro strap. And after that, connect the two dongles that came with the package to your PC. These are USB-A slot dongles. You need to connect them both. After that, you have to install this software. It's called UDCAP driver, and it looks like this. Yeah, this is the driver for the gloves. It must be run in the background, and then it says switch on. And here are two buttons. Push the small button on the other glove as well, and then it should be like green. You see that? It's green now, and then it says gloves are working. Then you can calibrate. Let's do it together. You have to do some things here, like doing a fist like this. See it? Then make your hand flat like this, and then spread your fingers like this. Here. And now they say, again, gloves are working. You can check it out if it works here with the hand gesture demo. And here you can already see, look at this. There's no delay. There's no delay. Thumbs up. Yeah. Small finger. You can even do like this. Index finger. And it's very fast. Yeah. Look at this. Really cool. And you can close that. You can also check out if the controller works. This is here the thumbsticks, yeah, push thumbsticks, then A, B, X, Y button, yeah. The grip button is like doing the grip movement, right, left, and then trigger is like phew, right, left, left. How cool is that? And making a fist, you see all the buttons are now green, blue. That is insane, yeah, it's really cool. It also has some settings here. You can do a dead zone, but normally everything is fine. Here's you can test the vibration. Yeah, it vibrates now. Yeah, and that's what you're gonna do in the software. But we also have to set something in Steam. Okay, guys, and if you did everything right, it will look like this here. Yeah, I'm outside of the tracking area of the base station, so it will switch on and off all the time. Don't wonder about this. So what you're gonna do is you have to connect your Vive trackers or whatever tracker you have to the gloves. There is a small plastic clip. You can screw it there, and then it looks like this here. And then of course you have to turn on the Vive trackers, connect the dongles to the PC from the Vive trackers as well. So the dongles from the gloves and the dongles from the trackers have to be connected. And then you have to set them up. You will go to, sorry, everything is in German here. You go to devices and then connect controllers. Yeah, and then you have to choose the Vive trackers, connect them. After that, you will also go to settings and then go on controller and then manage tracker. And here scroll down until you see the green ones, they are activated. These are the trackers. If you are lucky and you hit identify tracker, it will vibrate or it will like flash. For me, it doesn't do that. So there is a 50-50% chance if you do it right, because you have to set up the left one and the right one. So you have to say roll off the Vive tracker, hold in your hand, yeah, and then left hand or right hand, yeah. So this is very important. I will have here left hand and right hand. It depends, of course. If you are in the game and you see it's the other way around, then switch it again. So, and there's another thing. You go on start, quit, and then you go on manage mods or whatever that's called in English. And then you have to activate the UDCAP drivers. You have to switch it to on. Normally it's on off, switch it to on. Make sure you also deactivate every stuff you don't need at the moment, so there is no interference or so. Yeah, and then it looks, wait, I will put the hands behind me. It will look like this. Everything is activated, the gloves, the trackers and so on. Now everything is prepared, and the trackers of the UDCAP drivers make sure that everything is set up like the index controllers. And now we can go inside the game and make sure it works. And then let's check it out. So guys, look at this here. I'm in Half-Life Alyx. My body cam is a little bit bigger because then you can see it. I will come a little bit closer, like here. And look at this here. Here's my hand. Look at this. That is insane. Here, even my thumb, then the single fingers here. Wow, look at look at this. And of course the other one as well. So I'm pretty sure you've never seen Half-Life Alyx like this. That is brutal. And of course, normally when you use, I will put my headset on. So normally when you have gloves, VR gloves, you cannot move anymore. But with this one, we even have buttons and thumbsticks. So look at this. Ha! I can also move and turn and teleport. How cool is that? How cool is that, guys? That's insane. And look at this now. Hiya! And I can squish it and throw it. That is just amazing. I've never ever experienced Half-Life Alyx like this. This feels like a like I'm like 20 years in the future. Wow. That's brutal. And I can even use it with two hands, of course. One hand and the other hand. Look at this, and I can put it. Yeah. How cool is that? Come on. Wow. They made a great work. And of course, you can also go in the menu, for example, hitting the button here, and then we can navigate through the menus. And that's also absolutely no problem. And yeah, for example, we can go here, can do whatever we want, like we did it in, and we can even paint here. Woo, woo, woo! Shoo. Wow, absolutely brutal. Yeah, but of course we also want to see like weapons. So yeah, let me go back to the menu and then see what we have here on save games, so that I can show you the gun movement. But I also want to show you how easy it is to navigate through the menu. Look at this. I mean, that's insane, right? Ah, yeah, okay. So now I can show it to you. So to go into the weapons menu, you have to just push the thumb down, and then you see it. We can go to the weapons menu. That's great. And when we want to use the pistol, for example, just hold it up, and then look at this. I have to use the grip button, and now just pull. Let me see if you can see it here in the. I come a little bit closer, like this, and then pew, pew, pew. What the heck? This is insane, right? Did you ever play Half-Life Alyx like that? Wow. And when I want to change the magazine, just push this button, then put another from your back, and then you're good to go. How cool is that? I mean, and of course, I can also hold it in two hands, like here, and then it's even more accurate. Oh, wait. Sometimes the tracking normally should work. Here we go. Pew, pew, pew. How cool is that? Oh, and I didn't try this before. Pah! Let me see. Oh.
Last two shells.
Oh, yeah. And then close. Ha! Whew! Then use another one. And then we also have this device here. Guys, this is absolutely... I mean, you have to get used to it a little bit. For example, going into the menu is holding the thumbs down. Of course, this is normally a little bit different. You have to get used to it, like learn it for 1 day or so, and then you're used to that. And then you can switch it really fast, also go into the menus and so on. By the way, you can also use... the controller calibration and so on to map the buttons new. That's also nice. And look at this. I can, of course, also use the gravity glove. Just point to something and then pull it towards you and then use the grip button. How cool is this? How insane cool is this? That is massive. And of course, as I said, I can also teleport. Can open that. Whoa, what's that? Oh, here we shouldn't shoot, right? Give me a second. Where's that? Cigarette. Where's this rotten apple? Here. Look at this. Crazy. Oh, I'm standing wrong a little bit. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. I can isn't that the scene where the trailer from Elix is? Well, and also here, look at the flashlight on my hands. That is nice. So guys, now we've seen that it works really good with the lighthouse tracking. So I have the Vive controllers on top of my gloves, and they are, of course, very good track because it has lighthouse tracking. It's even tracked behind my back. Yeah, I don't know if you can see it right now. It's tracked behind my back. That doesn't work with other controllers, I guess. So let's now try it with the Quest. You can only connect a PC to PCVR. It's not available for standalone, but you can connect the Quest to the PC. So let's try that out. Okay guys, and look at this. Here I am with the Meta Quest 3. I attached the Quest controllers to the gloves and then calibrated that. And look at this. Here, where you can see my hand. It's absolutely great. I can also do this. Insane, right? Also the single fingers are tracked. Although normally the Quest controller cannot do that, and here it works. I have all the fingers tracked. That is insane. So let's check out the aiming. So it's the same controls than we saw with the lighthouse tracking. We can just move with the thumbstick here. Then we can hold down the thumb, and then we can eject the magazine, take another magazine, and then also with two hands, and then pew, 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 pew. But as you can see, when I hold it like this, then the tracking has problems because the camera cannot see the Quest controller. So you should hold your hands like normal, not something like this or so, then it doesn't work. So when you do it like this, then as you can see, it works. Yeah, and then you can aim pretty precise. I mean, it's not as good as the lighthouse tracking, but as you can see, it works. And all the trackings of the fingers, no problem. Yeah, so that's great. So as you can see, you can also play Half-Life Alyx with the gloves with the Quest 3 and with any other headset where you can attach the controllers. And of course, the best one is lighthouse tracking with the Vive trackers. Yeah, but you can play all the games also with the Quest 3. That's insane. Let's check out how Pavlov works. This is a shooter, and as you can see, I'm also using that with my gloves here. Everything is tracked and so on. I can shoot here, and I can pull out the magazine, throw it away, get a new... Do I still have one? Yeah, new one. Then this one, and then here. How good is that? How insane is that? I mean, you have to learn all the weapons because it's not so damn easy. Every weapon works different. Now we got the same one now, but it's just so realistic to hold this weapon, and it's also pretty accurate. And you can walk and use everything. Wow. And you can play all games with it. Give me a second. Ha! Headshot! Did you see that? I mean, these are only bots. I'm a noob, so I cannot play against real people. I love it. I absolutely love it. Wow. Defeat. Yeah, did you see that? I mean, it's a blast. You can definitely play also Pavlov with it. And that means, yeah, you can play all the games with it. Also, I mean, this is a competitive game. Yeah, you have to learn a lot. You have to use it a lot, but still, it works. Yeah. Okay, guys, and now after you've seen the setup and gameplay, let's talk about the gloves. So, what do I think about it? Let's be honest. They are really interesting. They are really good. I've never had such gloves that work so good in VR. The thing is that they are also lighter than other gloves because they just so tiny. Yeah. Of course, I mean, it depends on what tracker you attach to the gloves. So if you have I think this is the heaviest one, the Quest 3 controller. It's the heaviest one. And then, for example, I have the Vive Tracker, but you can also use the Tundra Tracker or Ultimate Tracker that are even lighter than this. But to be honest, I don't really feel it. Yeah, you have it here and it's good attached and you don't really feel it. It's pretty light. And the tracking is very accurate. Even with the Quest, it's really accurate. But of course, with Lighthouse system, it's the most accurate tracking system. There's also haptic feedback. So when you get shot or so, it vibrates here. That's interesting. It's not my most important part of the gloves, but I mean, you have it. You can't feel like textures with the fingers. That doesn't work, of course, but you feel vibrations. The adapters are really good. As you can see, it doesn't fly away or so, even with fast movement, it's really good. And also, the difference to other VR glove accessory is that we have the controllers here. Yeah, you have the thumbstick, you can click it, you can push the buttons, and you guess what that means? You can use it with any VR game. When you compare to other VR gloves, sometimes you cannot even walk with them like at artificial locomotion. You cannot do smooth locomotion with other gloves because they just don't have the possibility. These gloves have a thumbstick, so you can move around in any VR game. That's awesome. Yeah. For example, when you compare it to the Striker VR Maverick, the gun that I showed you, it's also very good, but it only supports 4 games. And those support every VR game. Really great. And you also don't have to do some stuff like installing a mod or doing like installing a driver for every game. It just works. And it also works in games where you have a virtual avatar, like moving your hands. For example, VR chat is compatible. You can use the gloves in VR chat and also walk around and use the whole menu system with these gloves. This is great. Yeah. I mean, of course, you have to get used to it. Yeah, it's not like a controller. I mean, when you compare it here to the index controller, you have something in your hand, like a huge thing here and so on. You have the buttons here. It's of course a little bit different. You have buttons here, but with those gloves, when you are used to that, like it takes like 2 to 3 hours to get used to that, but then it works. The thing is, you have to hold the fingers like that. When you hold it like this, like a robot, and then you push forward, your character moves like diagonal. So you have to hold it in a natural way, like this. Normally people walk like this, right? So in a little bit of a circled movement. And then when you push up, your character goes straight. I think you can even still calibrate it if you want it other way. You can calibrate it however you want. But this is a natural movement, and then forward, backward, left and right, and the buttons. It works really good. And for example, when you want to shoot something, you have to push the trigger like this. So the gloves recognize that you do this movement like with a trigger, yeah? With the trigger of the controller, or here, like with the controller, you just do this. And the gloves recognize it and translate it to SteamVR, and then it shoots. It's insane. Yeah. The same with the grip button. If you want to grip something, just like this cup here, do just a natural movement. do a grip movement and then hold it. You have to hold it. The same like doing that with the index controllers or other controllers. But here it feels more natural because you just move your hands. It feels really, really realistic. Of course, you have to get used to it. In some games, then you have to go to the menu of the game and then activate a function like hold it, yeah, not like click and then you grab it forever, but hold, yeah, hold the grip button, and then it works. It works in most games, yeah. It feels really great, and you can also during your session you can even grab a real cup and drink. It works, yeah, because you don't have something in your hand. When you have like this, it's harder to grab a cup of coffee, yeah. But with these gloves, you can just do it like normal. That's really cool. It feels natural. The material feels good. I would say it feels pretty good. But yeah, I didn't try it for weeks and months, of course. I don't know how long they hold, but it feels good quality. But please, guys, if you have them, take care that you don't rip them away, like pulling on one finger. Just do it very careful, like open it and then pull the single fingers a little bit, yeah, just a little bit, and then pull them all together, like very, very careful, yeah, so you don't destroy the technical parts. Just don't rip it. I mean, it's sure, yeah, I mean, everybody knows that you can even wash it, yeah, you can wash it, you can disassemble the parts here. You see that? All the technical parts, and then you can wash them. That's also nice. The battery life, I would say it depends on the battery life of your tracker, because the battery life of the gloves is like 14 hours or so. So it's really long, but of course the trackers don't last so long, so it depends. Yeah, the Quest controllers, you can play very long. I think those last 4 hours or so, I don't know. But all in all, it's definitely enough for a VR session. So there are 5 different sizes. This one is L, but we have 5 sizes starting from S to XXL. And there are some different adapters. For example, this one is the adapter for the Vive Tracker. Then we also have adapters for Tundra Tracker. Here's the adapter for the Quest controller, and we also have an adapter for the Ultimate Tracker. This is the small trackers with cameras. So guys, really nice. But now let's come to a thing that's very important, and where perhaps some people say, oh no, not again this price. Let's talk about the price. So it's $599 US. I know this is a lot, and I also told them this is a pretty high price. But yeah, I get you a discount code. Let's talk about this later. But you will not have to pay like taxes or custom fees or something like that. Everything is included. Only the shipping you have to pay. Yeah. So that's at least something. Of course, you also have, if you don't use it with the Quest, you already have the controllers. If you need the lighthouse tracking, of course, you also have to pay for the trackers. I will put them in the description. But all in all, guys, let's be honest, you will pay $600, but then you can use every VR game with that. As I said, with most other VR accessories, you can only use a few games, like with the Striker VR Maverick, only 4 games or so, then you pay like $800. For this, you pay $600, and you can be sure to play every VR game where you can use a controller, like all the games with smooth locomotion, like Onboard, Pavlov, like all the stuff. And that's really great, right? Also, all future games will work with the gloves. And this is a very huge advantage over most other VR accessories. You pay a high price, but then you can be sure to use it actually for most stuff. And it feels really good. It feels like more that you are free, that it feels real because you do the natural finger movements. It feels even better than the index controllers, in my opinion. But you have to get used to it, of course, like 2 to 3 hours doing the movements and so on. So, and now I promised you I got a discount code for you, at least. So you can save $40 if you go via my link in the description, in the pinned comment or in the info cards. And then the price drops from $599 to $559. That's at least something, right? And yeah. It's a nice accessory. For me, it's a good thing because you can play all the games with it and it feels really good. And it also works well and it is pretty easy to set up. The only thing you have to keep in mind is attaching the Vive trackers to the right hand and then assign them to the right hand in the SteamVR, as I showed you in the setup. But all in all, they did a great job. So yeah, why not? No? Keep in mind that you can order it via my link and save a little bit. I hope you liked the video. If yes, give me a thumbs up, subscribe, hit the bell. Also watch my other VR accessories videos and see you next time in virtual reality. See ya!
VoodooDE